Oh, you smoke? Great. It's beautiful to see someone self-destruct with such consistency. First of all, if you're weak, get out of my video. Your breath smells like a cemetery in a heat wave. You could make a bouquet of flowers miscarry just by breathing on it. Kids hold their noses next to you, and that still doesn't make you think. The people who kinda love you talk to you from the side because facing you is like inhaling a melted old tire soaked in urine. And you still think people don't notice anything? Idiot. You keep smiling, all calm, showing off your sidewalk-colored teeth. People hate you. Not in a, we'll say something nice so he doesn't get hurt kind of way. No, more like, damn, I hope he doesn't sit next to me. Do you see how shameful that is? Your lungs. They're 2 bags of rotting meat that sound like an old shark vacuum when you breathe. And the worst part, oh my God, is that you smell bad. You stink of cancer and early release. Your lips are moldy, cracked, dead plum colored. Cigarettes have tamed you like a little dog. They snap their fingers, you come. They wake you up at night, you get up. But you still think you're in control, right? Of course. I can quit whenever I want, but you never quit, idiot. Because you're not free. You're just renting your own body, and the rent is a pack a day. You become such a smoker that you say, I need my cigarette to calm down, when it's the cigarette that made you nervous in the first place. You see the irony, or do I need to draw you a picture in salt dough? No, you didn't get it. The cigarette already smoked your brain. Listen, it's like a pyromaniac selling you a fire extinguisher to put out the fire he himself lit in your living room. See the problem now? Took you long enough. I can't quit cold turkey. Oh really? You can't? But you can get up at 6 a.m. to go work in some crappy open space for minimum wage? You can get dumped by Jessica in 2017 and still like her stories today? Idiot. You want to know why you don't stop? Not because you like smoking. You don't even like it. You're just scared. Scared of struggling, scared of drooling from withdrawal, scared of not holding on. You've programmed your brain like some shitty app. Stress? Cigarette. Boredom? Cigarette. Problems? Cigarette. Even when you're taking a dump, cigarette. And every time you want to quit, there's that voice in your head whispering, just one last one, to calm you down. You hide behind a cozy little lie. It's not the right time. Oh yeah? And when will it be? When you've got 3 tubes down your throat at the hospital and the doctor tells your family, we'll try to keep him alive until Sunday? Let's be real. You tried twice, you cracked after 3 days, and you already gave up. A baby learning to walk falls 200 times before making 3 steady steps. You give up at the first craving, like a coward. Quitting isn't a straight line. It's a war, not a stroll. Idiot. Will you relapse? Yes. So what? You fall, you get back up. If not, too bad. But don't come whining with your raspy voice when you're out of breath climbing 3 floors. Each pack isn't just burnt money. You want numbers? Do the math. On average, you smoke what? A pack a day? That's $10 to $15. Do you realize what that adds up to? Make a mental effort. A month has about 30 days. $15 a day makes $450 a month, which is the price of a good mattress, a stolen Rolex, an iPad, a microwave that doesn't smell like death, or, I don't know, a halfway decent life. But no. You chose to throw it into a little cancer paper just for the privilege of stinking and coughing your dignity into your pillow. And over a year, hold on tight, you've burned more than $5,000 cash. For what? For breath like an abyss and fingers the color of old curry. You could have traveled, bought a used car, invested, or at the very least fixed your teeth, especially that. You really need it. But no, you prefer dying expensively. Idiot. You struggle to pay your rent. You smoke like a rich man and live like a poor one. Listen closely, because it's not complicated. Even a pigeon could get it. The nicotine in a cigarette isn't just some random molecule. The moment you take a drag, the nicotine rushes into your blood and heads straight to your brain. It clings to specific areas in your brain, the ones that are linked to pleasure, and once it's in place, it triggers a dopamine explosion. Dopamine is the pleasure molecule. It's what your brain releases when you win the lottery, pass an exam, or have sex. Nicotine gives you a fake dopamine high, like you just won the World Cup, while all you're actually doing is inhaling smoke. But the problem is, your brain catches on to the trick. So it reduces its own dopamine production because it realizes the pleasure isn't coming from itself anymore, but from nicotine. The result? You start to feel withdrawal. When you don't have your cigarette, you feel stressed, tense, and depressed. So you're forced to supply nicotine again and again, just so your brain produces a little dopamine that gives you a small, temporary pleasure. And the more you smoke, the lazier your brain gets. It waits for its dose. It doesn't want to make any effort anymore. So here we are. Mr. wants to quit smoking, and his genius solution: eating, chewing, sucking on candy, devouring chips like it's an Olympic competition. You look more like an obese hamster than a former smoker. You're trading lung cancer for type 2 diabetes. Nice Pokemon evolution. And don't come talk to me about patches. You think sticking a sticker on your arm is therapy? You don't smoke anymore, but you're still addicted to nicotine. You just changed the supplier. Idiot. It's like an alcoholic quitting whiskey to drink light rum. You want a real solution? Start by facing the withdrawal, like an adult. Find an activity that clears your head without filling your stomach. Sport, drawing, walking, boxing, whatever. As long as you're not faking it. But above all, stop thinking you can replace the cigarette. It's not IKEA furniture. It's an addiction. Idiot. Quitting smoking isn't hard. It's unpleasant, it's annoying, it's uncomfortable. But hard? No. What's hard is chemotherapy. What's hard is breathing through a hole in your throat. What's hard is telling your 8-year-old daughter that daddy has lung cancer and didn't get the high score. You've got two options. Option 1. You quit. Not tomorrow. Not after this pack. Now, you throw everything away. The cigarettes, the lighters, the excuses. You scream if you need to. You sweat. You bite your pillow. Do whatever you want, but you don't smoke. You choose to become a machine. Option 2. You keep going, and you own it. You pay, you cough, you get uglier, you become a burden to others. And when the disease comes, you shut your mouth. You don't say, "Why me?" No. You were warned. You signed up for this. If you choose option 1, tell yourself you're going to suffer, but only for a few months, not years. And most importantly, shut your mouth. People who go around saying, "I quit" all day long, they're just setting themselves up to fail in public. Be discreet. Be dangerous. Remember why you started. You don't need motivation. You need rage. Picture your death, your coffin, your daughter crying, and choose survival. You don't need a patch, an app, or a fucking book. You need a decision. Final, brutal, irrevocable. Quitting smoking isn't a change. It's a return to square one, without the chains, without the stench, without the dependence disguised as a habit. You don't need the cigarette. It needs you to exist. So put it out and let it die alone. And if you're still cowardly enough not to change after this video, you've officially chosen your side, the trash. I'm not judging you. I don't have your time. Good riddance, tar bag.